Alright guys, well that was just a little backing track from Elevated Jam Tracks. Yeah, I will post a link down below. And so now we're going to talk about the Firefly. Yeah, so this is the one I was kind of waiting for. This is the Les Paul style uh, Firefly. And I've already done some setup on this. Out of the box, most of these import guitars need a setup. And so I did change the knobs. It comes with black basic knobs. I bought some silver knobs. I'm going to work through whether I'm going to try to find a pick guard that's maybe not chrome plated, but something a little different, something to kind of mix it up a little bit. I did order one that's sort of a purple pearloid. Maybe it'll work, maybe it'll not. Maybe I'll get rid of the whole pick guard thing altogether. But getting to the Firefly, yeah, so this particular model really spoke to me just from the pictures, because here in the back, it just has this really beautiful back heel, and I had been struggling for a bit part of 15 years with Gibson and Epiphone Les Paul styles, but and I've seen these on the Guitar Garden's website many times, but I've actually never decided to get one until recently, and that was because I saw this ash top, the purple ash top. I'm a sucker for purple, by the way. It is a little bit of what I've noticed with satin finishes is they do become sort of like a fingerprint kind of magnet kind of things. But it's got a satin back, and you can see here as I'm handling it that it's a finger magnet, So if you want it really pristine, clean, you're going to always have to wipe it off. And then it's also got a satin back sort of neck. It's got a nice volute there for the heel. It's got low locking tuners, profile. On the tuners themselves, there's a low profile, not a long post, but a short post. I think that kind of helps with the break angle, maybe tuning stabilities. Right out of the box, I cut the strings off. I hydrated the neck. I polished the frets for quite some time. Put a 9 gauge on there, but the neck is just absolutely wonderful, guys. It's just, I've been in this rabbit hole with the Epiphone and Gibson Les Pauls for many years. Even with the modern version where they have sort of a mild scooped back, this even by far is as good as even that is. It's still, there's a little hindrance in getting to the upper frets, but this design right here is really, really nice. Very intelligent, seamless design. Really, really nice, guys. This particular ash top was really nice. It had a really nice figuring. It wasn't really radical at all. It was a real nice combination of really nice matchbook, that it came together like that. It's just a beautiful guitar. And the pickups sound great. I got nothing but good things to say about it. It does need a setup. I don't care what guitar you ever buy. It's always going to need setup. I mean, even I've had $1,200 guitars that need some sort of setup. So you need to check the intonation. The intonation was almost perfect, but still it needed a little bit of touch up. I've been playing this, for a while. I've been really getting into it, so it's a little it's a little on the dirty side, but that's okay, because it's going to get dirty regardless. I'm going to get my fingers all over it, but just for the video we'll kind of wipe it down. But yeah, the pickups sound great, man. It's got a real Gibson type tones. It's got a really nice bridge pickup, very crisp, very the middle tone is very Gibson-y type tones. It's really, really nice, guys. So it's just a matter of, what you're wanting to do with these type of guitars. So this kind of hits the sweet spot. When I was playing the backing track, I'm in the middle position, and I have it so I have the humbucker at full volume, and I'm just coming up on the neck pickup. I mean, just a tad, you know, because in the middle pickup, it's a kind of a blending kind of a thing, you know, how much you want of the bridge and the neck. So you know, and I'm not scientific about Les Paul style, but in the middle position, I know that you can add more or less of the bridge or more or less of the neck with the volume and the tone knob. So there's definitely a lot you can do as far as changing the tone. So I thought that was a kind of a sweet spot for that. And yeah, man, I got nothing but good things to say about this guitar. It just feels fantastic. The satin is really, really smooth. What did I do for the setup? Well, other than polishing the frets, hydrating the neck, I put some Teflon tape here in the post, kind of snug it up. They were just a little bit loose. There is no top adjustment here on the bridge. You have to use the heel, but I guess because of the Teflon tape, it was even under tension. They were pretty easy to move. So it's quite different from any other guitar or Les Paul style I've ever owned. But you know, since I've been in that rabbit hole for the past 15 years, yeah, you know, it's not a. I like the neck. It's really, really comfortable neck, and you can really get to these upper frets. A hell of a lot better than any Epiphone, even the modern Gibson or Epiphone modern style Les Pauls. This heel in the back is really magical for playing on the upper frets. In general, you know, Les Pauls or style Les Paul style guitars are very different. They don't really play the same and react the same. You know, compared to my other guitars, this is a little definitely. You got to get into it a little bit more. That's not a negative. It's just that it has a different feeling. You know, Les Pauls in general, maybe because it's the massive weight in the body, it makes it feel different. The strings resonate off the neck differently than other guitars. So, but it's fun to play, and with this kind of style, I mean, with this ash top, I mean, this is less than $260, and those guys, man, they are just really doing just I can't speak enough about the quality coming out from the Firefly manufacturers. These guys are the JSN guys over in China, but yeah, they're definitely making a superior product in that price range for less than $260. You know, this is a beautiful ash top, just a really nice matching. And every unit's going to be a little different, but I think these are definitely some of the best Les Pauls on the market. If you're interested in something like that. Now, there's no paint shielding in mine. There's no paint shielding in this cavity. I've seen other Les Paul style guitars from Guitar Gardens, from actually Firefly, but they had paint shielding in their cavities. This particular unit does not. What else can I say? It sounds really, really good. In the middle position, it's got a very good it's very Gibson-ish. Yeah, this particular patch right here on my Yamaha THR-10X is a little bit more saturated with the delay and the reverb. So let me get to the next patch, which is a lot more clean, less delay and stuff. Hold on. Okay, yeah, so getting now to a different patch, which is a lot more cleaner, it's less saturated. Because, with most guitars, even the real cheap ones, you can get them to sounding really, really good. And a lot of YouTubers, they're using a lot of processing in some of those demos that they're playing. So it doesn't really tell the true story of the guitar itself. So this is a little bit more of how the guitar really sounds. I don't have a lot of crazy delay. It's got a nice touch of reverb. Really nice middle position, nice and warm. I have owned, and not too far back, I bought a 1970 edition, 1959 Epiphone Les Paul. Those sold for like $6.99, $7.99. This Firefly LP blows it away, completely blows it away. Not only does it look really nice with the ash top and that purple thing that they got going on here, but it's just as comparable to those Pro Buckers. The neck feels way better. Stainless steel frets. I mean, Epiphone doesn't. I don't even know if any of their Les Paul style series even offer stainless steel frets. And so the string, the way it reacts to the stainless steel frets is really, really nice. And these low profile locking tuners from Firefly, I think, are really, really nice. Very solid. And it is a it is a finger. I've been cleaning it, and so, but yeah, I think that's the only slightly negative thing about satins is they're sort of like a finger magnet, But when your hands get a little moisture, it kind of tracks, but it doesn't take away from the playability. This is a great feeling neck, by the way, really, really nice. With the ball-end frets, I think for sure, man, Firefly really knocked it out of the park with this particular one. And I just love that. And I know they have some other Les Paul style guitars on Guitar Gardens that have that heel thing going on. But look at that. It's just wonderful. It's one thing to see it in the picture as a guitar player, but then it's also another thing to actually feel it in your hand. It's such a fantastic thing. This is the little bit of the neck. And with most Les Paul style guitars, in the middle and in the neck, you get that real low end tone. But I really love the middle, man. The middle sounds great. Again, in the neck. Middle. And then a little bit of the bridge. You can always drop the tone a little bit on the bridge. So yeah, there's a lot of variables to, most Les Paul style guitars, with the tone knobs. If the bridge is too bright, you can, drop that down a little bit. But these factory pickups from Firefly, you really don't need to change them unless you're chasing a particular sound. There's really no reason to change this. And now I'm gonna just turn on the Behringer Ultra Metal, and again, it's only halfway on the gain, and they sound really good. And I'll just give you a small sample of that in the bridge. That's really tight. Middle position has that cool scoop thing going on with the high gain. So that's nice, and you'll hear a lot of that same character in any Epiphone and Gibson Les Paul. Same character in the middle position. It's got that bottom throaty kind of thing, And then here a little bit of the neck. Well, there you have it, guys. This is my take on the Firefly Purple Ash Top Les Paul style guitar. It is by far the best Les Paul style guitar I've ever had in my hands. The feeling in the back is just magical. It really helps you to get up here, especially if you have shorter fingers. And in general, Les Paul guitars are not really the easiest guitars to play, by the way. All my other guitars, I don't have ever a problem getting up to the upper frets, but most Les Pauls, because of this other chunk of wood here in the front, it's not accessible. You have to be a pretty aggressive player to kind of get up there, but I just really like, for the dollar, there's just no way you can beat this guitar. For less than $260, mahogany body, beautiful ash top, great sounding pickups, stainless steel ball and frets. They're definitely a medium gauge, just a wonderful neck. This blows away any Epiphone guitar in the price point. Yeah, it's just really, really nice. It's got great tuners. And what else can I say? This is just an awesome guitar. And I think the locking tuners with this style or Les Pauls in general are good to have because strings will often break on these type of bridges more than, let's say, a Fender. But you know, these have that really sharp kind of groove, so I think strings will often break on a Les Paul style bridge than on a Fender bridge, and so I think it's good to have the Locky tuners for this style for sure, because you can really just get a string in there really fast. The abalone on this is really really nice. Um, it all depends on where it comes, where you hit the light at, you know. But really nice. All right, guys. I hope that helps you. And if you're really in the market for a Les Paul style guitar and you've never really were able to get into one because you've always found it difficult to get your hand around the backside and the upper frets, this guitar definitely solves that problem, and it looks really nice. I mean, and with ash bodies, the grain is always going to be somewhat different. You know, some ash grains are really aggressive, some are mild, some are not always matched very good. I was fortunate to get one that the matching on this particular unit was really, really nice. I can't say enough about it. This everything is just works really, really well. Um, but always keep in mind you have to do a setup. You know, once you're done with your setup with any guitar, then you can really dig yourself and you can let yourself grow into the instrument. So with a Les Paul style guitar, I have to play it a little differently. It's not like my other Firefly over here, which is just another totally different monster in itself. This particular Firefly is just magical, man. This thing is just a solid player. The pickups sound awesome. And after the setup, man, I really am enjoying this guitar with the flamed roasted maple neck, with the flamed roasted maple fretboard. This thing is a beast, and it sounds great, and it's fun to play. And that Floyd Rose is just, it's better than the one on my Charvel. This thing is just a really super sweet guitar. And now with this one here, so that's the FFMN. This is the Les Paul, and then I also have a Tele Firefly, and I'll just say that the Firefly guitars from JSN, right? JSN, yeah. These guys are making a killer product, just a super killer product, and I think, to me personally, they are the best out there. For less than $260, you get something like this. And there are other Chinese imported guitars. You know, there's a lot of guys, there's a lot of companies that are competing in this so-called imported market, but for their prices, they're being elevated. You know, 300 and above, 400. You know, so they're more expensive. So why spend more when you can get more for less? That's just how I see it, you know. And these humbuckers are great. I don't think you can match this. I don't think there's any one company that can match this quality for less than 300 bucks. I just don't see it, and I've never found one to be that enjoyable with this quality. No, this heel speaks for itself. I mean, it's just, man. And I hope if you guys are looking for something like this is the way to go. These are the way to go. They have different models, I think, with the same type of heel joint. But if you've never actually held one in your hand, you won't regret it. These things are phenomenal, man. I wish I would have discovered this earlier. I would have probably had one a long time ago. But I was really attracted to the ash top and the purple. Kind of like, I'm a sucker for purple. So I decided to put some silver knobs on there. I'm going to try some different pick guards. But yeah, this thing's sweet, guys. All right, thanks for hanging out. And I'll leave a link in the bottom for the backing track, Elevated Jam Tracks. This guy is phenomenal. He's just magical with, he probably went to like MIT, you know. He's just such a fantastic backing track writer. He just knows how to put things together really, really well. And I always, most of the things I've ever played to have been from his channel. So this guy's just a phenomenal player in himself. You know, he's really just an awesome guitar player, composer, songwriter. Yeah. All right, guys. Thanks for hanging out and have a good weekend. Take care.